Welcome back to the second half of Troy United versus the Michigan Jaguars. We're getting ready to kick off this second half with Troy United leading this game 1-0 with a very early strike by Salvatore Thompson. But since then, we have been scoreless through the majority of the first half. Troy will kick off this half as we switch sides and we look to move forward. Both teams playing for quite a bit today, despite both having losing records, both looking to get back to 500 on the season. With a win here today, Troy could move from 9th in the table up to 5th in the upper half of the Midwest Premier League, where the Jaguars, if they win and add 3 points, they could jump as high as number 2 in the table, only behind the Thundercats. So both teams have a lot to play for today. I think there should be a lot of good physicality, potentially a couple more goals here, and of course some movement in the table after this one.
Fingers crossed. The first half was really exciting, so I'm looking forward to see how this one plays out.
Was. The sun, it looks like early at least, will be a factor here as well. Swankup playing that one out to Carson Peak, and he put his hand up because he couldn't see the ball when it was in the air. So it should potentially be an interesting factor we didn't see in the first half. The wind dies down, but the sun makes it a little harder to see. That through ball is flicked on by Connor Henson, but will go
into the construction site.
Yeah, that'll be a fun one to retrieve. I'm sure the ball boys are really happy about that one. But you know, as the keeper, you can't think about other people like that.
Yeah.
You just got to get the ball out of there.
Do what you got to do to win the game here.
Yeah. But, and we'll watch them climb the fence to go get that one.
Talking about the sun being a factor for the guys on the field, the sun's not a factor for us here in the press box.
Yeah, I had to throw on the shades for the second half so I could see out the window because it is glaring and it is bright. That ball played not quite far enough, but cleared out really well by Simon Sawyer, with Carson Peak getting on the end of it, trying to direct traffic, but unfortunately we'll have to play it back as they work their way through the middle. The Jaguars are going to take that one away, and they look to work forward, but well read there by Carson Peak as he's going to work his way forward. He's going to get fouled from behind, and there's not much of an argument there. Not even the Michigan Jaguars are going to contest that one. That is a foul 10 times out of 10 every day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
And Troy will have a dangerous opportunity here in a very similar situation to 2 that the Jaguars had to start the first half.
Yeah, it's like he didn't even play the ball there. Just right into the back of Connor Peak's heels, and Troy United might have an opportunity here.
Yeah, and I'm sure that the Michigan Jaguars head coach will not be very happy about that one. as it looks like Clayton Lafayette will play that one in. Going back post, flicked across, but the referee is going to call somebody offsides. I believe that is center back John Nino, who was called offsides, not necessarily usually put in a position to score very many goals. Knows the offside rule the other way, but unfortunately goes against him this time. So the Jaguars will work back to the attack, and they look for the through ball, played through the air, and it is going to get on the foot of the Jaguars. Well taken touch. Carson Peak trying to plead his case that it's a throw for him. The referee disagrees. It seems like Adam Plushek will leave that for his teammate. Taking the throw, Vincent Stockton. Throwing it back in, one-on-one with the Troy defense. Play through. And a phenomenal block. Great opportunity again there for Justin Castle, a player that has been very dangerous for the Michigan Jaguars today. A great shot on goal, but a great block there by Simon Sawyer to put that out for a corner kick.
Great turn there. Really, he ran around our center back there and almost had another opportunity. I mean, he's had many opportunities, but he just hasn't been able to find the back of the net yet.
Yeah, Justin Castle being by far the Jaguars' most dangerous player. And after that corner, it looks like Troy's just trying to get that one up, get that away from danger. The Jaguars will retain possession, and the throw will go out, and despite Troy pleading their case, it will not help them in this situation. Jaguars look for the throw, and they will go short to Pulshek, but will lose the ball and is poked away out of bounds for another Jaguar throw. The Jaguars being potentially the more dangerous team here to start the half. I think being a little bit more aggressive to open the half, obviously being down 1 goal. They're going to need to pull this one back if they want a chance to get any points out of this game, let alone 3 by the end of it. Ball out to Justin Castle now. Again, the engine of the Jaguar offense so far, being a very dangerous midfielder for them. However, unable to convert on his opportunities. The Jaguars whip one into the box, but a heavy touch is going to send it away. And Simon Sawyer is going to poke that out to... Unfortunately, that is going to be Connor Henson who puts the ball away.
No, that one popped out on Jaguars.
Called a goal kick. From up here, it certainly looked like Connor Henson just put it out by accident or didn't quite get the look he wanted, but it seems to have clipped off the Jaguars, and Swanka is going to put that one out to John Nino to restart this possession. Nino out to Peak. Peak's going to work his way down the sideline with long strides, working his way through, looking for the through ball. However, deflection there is a big one, but the Jaguars able to escape that dangerous situation.
Yeah, Enrique was in some trouble there. I mean, right back into the attacker's face and almost,
And, that's the danger you run into as you step out as the goalkeeper is, you can get to that ball moving the other way, but if it deflects, I mean, you're out of position. That's a goal that, if Troy was able to even just get a foot on it, potentially flicks it over the keeper, and it's nobody between, 20 to 30 yards between the goal.
Yeah, essentially, if you pop that past the keeper, you're working with an empty net.
Right, exactly. Ball back to Swancut from Peak. Swanka taking a big touch and just decides to lay it out for Foster Garrett, letting him run after it. A touch on the sideline is going to go off the Jaguars and stay in play. However, the Jaguars do a good job getting that back to Alfonso Enrique. Enrique gets the ball out to his teammates. Heavy pressure there from Carson Peak forces a Troy throw in.
I saw that.
It's okay. You probably heard it too. Peak with the ball, playing it in the middle. A heavy touch back to, I believe that is Sawyer. Playing it back to Nino. Nino with the ball, taking a couple extra touches. Playing with it a little bit, but getting it up to Connor Henson, who looks to be fouled. And the referee is going to give it there in favor of Troy with a free kick now at the Jaguar 47. It looked like they were potentially going to play quick. A little bit of hesitation, mayhaps. I don't quite know what John Nino is looking for, but he seems to just play it into the box, give his guys a chance. Thompson going up for the ball with Garrett getting on the end of it, pushing it towards the sideline, potentially looking for a cross to get in. He's going to take a couple touches on the baseline, whip it into the box. They shot on goal, but is going to sneak right outside that near post.
Yeah, good shot there for Lopez. Just a little bit off target. Just
Yeah.
a little bit off target. I mean,
I think,
great momentum there.
and I think Lopez actually had an opportunity to potentially take another touch and maybe look to put that far post.
Yeah.
But obviously in that situation, you're right outside the box. You want to get that shot on goal. Don't want to waste the
excited.
opportunity. Get excited about your first shot of the game. And unfortunately, didn't quite have the best placement. The Jaguars with a very dangerous situation here. One-on-one with Carson Peak. Shot on goal.
Ooh.
Right off the post. The near post shot sneaking past the defender, sneaking past Swancut, but not quite getting inside the post there. Post is the goalie's best friend half the time.
Absolute rocket there off the foot of Plusik. Just
phenomenal shot, just a little bit too far outside.
You could tell that Swanka was a little worried about it too. He went airborne.
Yeah, Swancut gave everything he had, laid out every inch possible to go get a fingertip on that ball. Wasn't quite able to tip it, but luckily enough, it went harmlessly off the post and out of bounds. Swancut puts the ball back in play with the John Nino with the ball, working his way forward, looking for a pass and playing it back to Swancut. Swancut playing it out to Carson Peak. Peak making a nice little move and is going to get it for the Troy throw. A little bit of a dangerous situation there, but handled it very well. As Peak looks for an option for a throw in. And he's going to just put it in play nice and easy to the closest teammate he's got. And then he plays it back to Simon Sawyer. Sawyer back to Swancut. And Swancut out to Nino. Nino looking for the pass through. A very dangerous pass, but it sneaks through. However, number 18, that being Mateo Phillips, unable to convert the opportunity. Through ball there, but Swanka doing a very good job of getting the football out. Big throw there to Foster Garrett, who is going to try to keep this ball in bounds, is able to do so, or maybe not so much. Quick throw by the Jaguars in. The Jaguars will get possession back.
They must have saw an opening there or something. They moved really quick.
Yeah, they
once Swanka got hands on the ball. I mean,
yeah, Swanka, I think, saw a one-on-one opportunity with Foster Garrett. Just wanted to give him that opportunity. Gave everything he had into that throw. I mean, he threw that thing 60 yards, but unfortunately was not quite far enough for Garrett to do anything with it. A strong physical tackle there. Ooh, dangerous.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that one definitely hit his hand there.
Yep,
so.
went right off the hand. As unintentional as it may be, that is the letter of the law, and that is going to reward the Jaguars with a free kick. Taking the free kick is going to be number 33, that being Alex Dyack, a substitute for the Jaguars. So he's going to look to put this thing likely back post, just judging on the way that he's approaching it right now and where the Jaguars are lining up. However, he's going to call over number 44, that being Vincent Stockton. And I would look for this ball potentially to go right to the corner of the 6 on the far side. That's where he puts it. The Jaguars are going to get a flick on, and it did look like it went off of a Troy defender. The Jaguars think it was a handball, but the referee says, no, sir, play on. And Troy is going to escape another dangerous situation with some strong defense and potentially a little bit of luck.
Yeah, Anthony, from my view, it did look like it may have clipped a Troy defender's hand. Which, I mean, they caught a lucky break there that was not called.
I agree, but the referee making a strong decision, not being swayed by the voices of the Michigan Jaguars. And now the ball ends up all the way on the other side of the field, out for a goal kick as the Jaguars look to restart possession. But yeah, very dangerous free kick, well placed. I mean, the flick on from the Jaguars could have been a very dangerous opportunity. And like I said, well defending, paired with a little bit of luck, paired with, you know, the referee just seeing it one way as opposed to the Jaguars seeing it the other. The Jaguars escaped that situation unharmed. However, they do work their way back through with a wide open man in the middle with a through ball on. The Jaguars working a 3v2 situation with a 2v1 trailing. They're going to whip the ball in the box, but it's going to not be close enough. A shot on, but a well-defended shot there by Troy. I believe that was Mateo Phillips that got a foot on it to block the shot, popped it right up, and Swanka walked right out to save it.
Barely need to play goalkeeper yourself when you got defenders like that. I mean, basically Swanka didn't need to do anything.
Swanka didn't even have to move. It popped right up into his hands.
Perfect.
The shot, not the most powerful of shots, but well deflected by Troy and getting away with it. Troy works their way forward in a 5v5 situation. A slide tackle, very dangerous play, but got all ball. And the referee says play on as Troy works down the right side of their attacking half. Back to Mateo Phillips. Phillips looking to do something with the ball, flicking it through.
Yeah,
but
clearly off.
Number 11 for Troy, that being Adrian Lopez, called offsides. He very much disagrees, but it seems like the referee will not change his mind.
Very clean tackle there from the Jags defender. I mean, he played the ball completely. Barely even
Very
touched.
strong tackle. I believe that was Alex Dyack,
Yeah.
number 33 for the Jaguars. A
Very
sliding
clean.
tackle, got all ball.
Textbook slide tackle. I mean, couldn't have played it any better.
Very, very well done there on the defensive side of the ball, and helping the Jaguars get the ball back as they work their way back across the defensive line with another big through ball through the air. A 3v2 situation now for Troy, but well defended there by the Troy defender, that being number 4, Simon Sawyer, winning the header to put it out of play. Troy regroups behind the ball as the Jaguars seem to look forward. A nice, oh, and they're going to call a foul there. I didn't think it was too physical, but of course, anytime an attacker goes down right outside the box, the referee is likely going to call that. That being, I believe, Sahid Jahoon, number 48 for the Michigan Jaguars, drawing the foul. Now the Jaguars have 3 players standing over the ball, deciding what they want to do with it.
Well, I noticed that they did some trickery last time off of the free kick, so maybe they'll trot a guy up, trot him back, who knows?
Right, yeah.
Trying to give themselves the best opportunity.
Trying to get somebody to move early, potentially a player to jump up, jump forward. And as Alex Dyack lines up for the kick, it looks like he's just going to directly take this one, put it in the same spot, and it's going to roll pretty harmlessly through the back line. Nobody got a foot on it, and I can tell you that the Jaguars coach is going to be very frustrated about that. If the ball bounces at least once in the box, a player should get a foot on it. Yep. And nobody touched that ball with 3 bounces in the box. So
from my perspective, it looked like he kind of threaded the needle there almost.
He
like
did.
He hit everything but
a player.
Guys. Yeah.
It snuck past Troy. It snuck past the Michigan Jaguars. It snuck past everybody, and it went out very harmlessly for Troy. Connor Peak with the ball now. Back to Simon Sawyer, over to John Nino. Nino with the big ball forward, but read well by the Jaguars. Ball bouncing around. Settled for the moment by Troy, but a heavy touch is going to give the ball back to the Jaguars. That being number 11, of course. Oh, not just kidding. Number 43, that being Ren Suzuki. As you said earlier, the sun making it a little difficult to see up here.
Oh, yeah, from our end as well.
But we will work forward. The Jaguars with the ball. A nice through ball, but read well by Simon Sawyer. That one's not going to be too dangerous. Rung all the way back to Swancut there, and he's going to take his time to get this one out. Another chance there, giving it to Foster Garrett, letting him run under it, and read quite poorly by the Michigan center back. And Garrett is going to be aggressive, and with a poor touch there by Vincent Stockton, it is going to go out for a Troy United throw. And just like that, the blink of an eye, they go from essentially a goal kick all the way down to the 20-yard line of their opponents. A nice through ball there, but unfortunately Troy not going to get on the end of it. A great idea. I think that if, I believe that is Connor Henson, was able to start moving a little bit quicker, he could have potentially got on the end of that, but was a little bit reactive as opposed to anticipatory, and unfortunately did not get on the end of that one, but could have been a very dangerous situation.
Yeah, it was close to being good.
Yeah. It was very close.
But yeah, despite the sun in our eyes and the wind, it has been a lovely day for a Midwest Premier League fixture here.
Yes, it has.
The game played earlier this week against the Thundercats was a game that was a replay due to thunder. So
rescheduled late at night, unfortunately. Just a frustrating situation for all. But tonight, a beautiful night for soccer. A little windy, a little sunny, but at the end of the day, you can't ask for much better playing conditions. The Jaguars are going to whip this thing across the field. Another ball in, but it is going to go over the goalkeeper. Swancut didn't even have to move for it. A good opportunity there for Vincent Stockton to get the ball in, but
just
unfortunately unable to do so. Put a little too much heat on it, and it went a little bit too high over the crossbar.
In his defense, he didn't really have the opportunity to settle it all, set his feet, and put a better, more accurate ball into the box. But
I think even if he did, there weren't very many Jaguars defenders. It was
100%.
2 Troy center backs and nobody else around them. So, well, a good effort there, of course, by Vincent Stockton. not the best opportunity there for the Jaguars as a collective. Sawyer playing the ball through. Garrett looking to flick it on, but again, Vincent Stockton being a good defender. Another shot off, but that one is going to be deflected. Swanka tried to get to it before it went out of bounds, but was unable to do so. The Jaguars will have yet another corner to go through this half.
I believe that was Reynolds there on the deflection. Good defense by him.
I believe so as well.
But let's see if the Jaguars can't make anything out of this opportunity here.
Yeah, they've been very dangerous on these set pieces. They've had a couple balls bounce in the box, a couple shots on goal. This one crossed in, I believe flicked on by the Jaguars, but immediately jumped on by Troy. The Jaguars keep it. A good through ball just over the head of their attacker, but they continue to just be relentless. This time Justin Castle on the ball, sending it back and receiving it again. Justin Castle, a very dangerous player, cutting through players just like he's doing right now, distributing to his midfield.
Castle's been very shifty.
Castle's been very shifty, very dynamic. He's been a guy that just works through defenders really well. Well done there by John Nino to just get a foot on that ball, stop the momentum of it, and allowing Troy to clear that one out. But you're right, Justin Castle's been very dangerous. He's been very quick. He's great at splitting those defenders. And, you know, we had one of our members of the organization come up and say he's going to try to sign him right after this game because he's been giving Troy a little bit of trouble.
Don't blame him. From our view right here, up here in this press box, Justin Castle is a phenomenal player. Very shifty. I mean, it's just like he just parts the sea, flows like a river. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. That man just can move.
Yes, very, very shifty. Very hard to defend, especially from a defender. Just very quick, gets the ball off his feet well, and
he'll just dribble around you.
He'll just dribble right around you, and he's got the speed to outrun you. I saw that.
We're a little klutzy up here in this press box, dropping pens, kicking buckets, all these other things. So
the Jaguars with the throw now, working their way back. That is Alex Dyack with the ball over to number 44, that being Vincent Stockton, but ball potentially taken away with an aggressive tackle, but Vincent Stockton able to work his way around. Number 15 for Troy, putting in a nice shift around the field, just, you know, doing a lot of running, doing a lot of pressuring, but not quite able to get on the end of it. In a dangerous situation, cleared well by the Michigan center backs. Had Salvatore Thompson been able to get on the end of that, potentially pushing it past.
Could have been a one-on-one situation there.
Could have been a one-on-one with the goalie. Yes, of course. Mateo Phillips with the ball now, getting it out to Abdul Shagira as he moves it back across the line. John Nino with the ball now, receiving it back. Working his way forward as a center back, trying to play the through ball, but well defended there by the Jaguars. Jaguars center back a little bit hesitant, but seems to have made the right decision there. As the ball works back again and the Jaguars keep possession. A nice little pass there, but unfortunately going to be put just a little bit too far and well defended there by John Nino. Ball put back into play very quickly. The Jaguars are looking to move the ball, and with just over 35 minutes left in this game, the Jaguars are looking to make things even at one apiece. Stockton with the ball back to his interior, that being to Dyack. Dyack with the through ball. Troy calls for offsides, and the referee agrees and will give Troy the ball back for a free kick. And they've caught the Jaguars a couple times on that offsides trap. You know, the Jaguars trying to play very direct, and while that can be very dangerous with one-on-one opportunities with the center back, that also leaves a lot of opportunities for offsides calls, for a lot of things to go wrong offensively. And although the Jaguars have had some great opportunities, they haven't quite been able to convert, haven't quite been able to finish them. And that ball with some good pressure there again by Shagira.
Yeah, I feel like the offsides have been, the flag's been put up a couple times by that side judge.
For sure. Whoa, well placed through ball there, but
looks like he got a little tripped up in the
far defended pretty well. Shot on a cross and well saved by Swanka. Guess who?
Castle.
Castle.
Man.
Putting the ball back on goal, and another shot that you feel like you could have finished. You feel like you could have put that in the back of the net.
Close. I mean, he had Drew Swancut going to the hockey splits there. Had to stick a leg up, trying to pop it up.
And he barely got anything on that one.
But I mean, Fantastic play.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic by
Fantastic
both.
play by Castle, but also fantastic play by Swancut. I mean, that's a tough situation to be in. That was one-on-one there, and
yeah, that's one of the toughest things you'll ever have to do as a goalie is defend the whole net. And it looked a little awkward, but he made the save, and we are at 1-0 still. Jaguars work their way forward with a nice through ball to Justin Castle, if you could believe it. Justin Castle working his way around.
Oh, man.
Oh, and the size, and he's going to get through.
No.
He
ran right around Simon Sawyer. I mean, it's just insane. I mean, so Castle is approximately smaller than a lot of the other players on the field.
Approximately smaller than most.
Smaller than most, but man, he has some speed. The pace on him is incredible, and he just straight up dribbled right around Simon Sawyer there. It was incredible to watch.
And if the touch wasn't so hard at the end, I mean, potentially getting just a nice one-on-one with the keeper again.
He's putting himself in these high percentage situations, but Swancut is just
playing
winning
very well
every single time.
Swancut is having a phenomenal game so far. Although the Jaguars in a nice situation. The cross goes to nobody, and I believe that is John Nino getting the ball out to Connor Henson. Plays it back, however, I believe that is John Nino again putting the ball out of play with a little bit of a missed touch. Ball read very well there by Troy, but the Jaguars winning it back. A through ball. Troy wants offsides. The ref disagrees, but again, guess who saves the ball? Swancut with another save.
Fire today. On fire today.
He has to have, what, 10, 11 saves at this point?
Yeah, has to.
He's having just a phenomenal day in front of net. His defenders are playing really well. Haven't allowed too many great opportunities for the Jaguars. As Troy now works forward. Shigira looks for that through ball. He called for it, but the ball just played a little bit too far. Gives a thumbs up to his teammates. Says that's a great idea.
Looks like he had
the ball next
Henrique
time.
on his heels there. Henrique looked a little surprised that was the ball that was played.
Yeah, I think as were we. I think we were expecting maybe a little closer
more of a
to the
cross,
box,
something like that. But
it
looked
caught
like
in
it was
between
a
shot and a cross.
Yeah. But I mean, overall, I mean, in terms of Swancut, I mean, I think the storyline there today is really, really interesting. I mean,
moments from ejection to a changed call to a PK save to
absolutely being a brick wall today.
To a brick wall, as you said, just a phenomenal day so far. And Swancut is really the MVP of this game so far.
Yeah, didn't lose his emotions or anything, but
a dangerous pass here. Ball played across, but ball put well over the net. Although it seemed as though Sahid Jahoun was in for a good opportunity. A great recovery there by Troy, I believe that being their outside back, Carson Peak, getting back into play. Or actually, that was Mateo Phillips who worked his way back.
Looks like Troy United's back line is starting to soften up a little bit. I feel like there's been a couple more one-on-one opportunities.
Yeah, and you're going to see that with the changes. Carson Peak is not out there anymore. I believe that is Mateo Phillips now as the outside back. And Carson Peak had a great first half, but seems to be potentially missing a little bit of time here in the second half, which of course could lead to some communication issues, as well as just more indifferent people in the back line leads to different levels of play. But Mateo Phillips, great recovery there.
Ooh.
A nice little touch, but unfortunately not quite able to get it down in time.
It's like Saeed Janoun there.
Good through ball there. But well defended by the Jaguars. Another good opportunity for Salvatore Thomas to potentially get his way through. But the referee actually says the ball is off of him, and we will have a Jaguars throw as they are under pressure, but get that ball away. A little bit lucky not to be picked off there and potentially have the ball going the other way.
Yeah, before that throw in there, Luke Winters, I mean, for the Jaguars, he really played that well. He averted potential disaster, potential one-on-one situation.
Avoided a foul, avoided a one-on-one
situation.
Played
the ball well,
and
avoided a very precarious situation for the Jaguars, and they came out unscathed from that.
Yes.
However, they're struggling, it seems, to get that ball out of their defensive third.
Yeah,
as I say that, they move it into a great opportunity.
Yeah, for Jahoun to get another shot off. That one not sneaking past Swancut that time.
Another one-on-one situation.
Played back in, a dangerous one, but played away, I believe, by Connor Hansen.
That's probably has to be about the third or fourth one-on-one opportunity for the Jaguars against Swancut, and Swancut is just
unfazed.
Unfazed, absolutely.
Another shot on. Swanka bobbles that one, but does deflect it away to his teammates. Justin Castle,
who but?
not the greatest look for him, so he's going to play it back there. Stockton playing it through.
Light touch.
Not quite getting to a teammate, though. An arid pass and a physical tackle. Not going to be called by the referee. Shot off for Stockton, but of course Swankut's going to make the save, and he is going to keep it 1-0 on this contest.
Very physical contact there. I'm surprised that wasn't called, really.
I'm surprised as well, as Shagira gets the ball up to Thomas, but Thomas loses the ball. Ooh, a dangerous pass there. Not quite enough on that one, but Troy is able to regain possession as they work their way forward. Shagira with the ball now, looking for that through ball, but not quite finding the opportunity that he likes. So keeping it, taking some touches, feeling out the defense. A thread the needle pass through a couple of defenders, but unfortunately Thomas not quite able to get there. And they're going to call a foul on him on the back line, and the Jaguars are going to escape that with a free kick in their favor.
There definitely was some contact there between Ren Suzuki and I couldn't catch. I believe it was Salvatore Thompson.
I believe
there
was
some significant contact there, and no surprise that was called.
Yeah. The Jaguars work their way forward. Mateo kicking that out harmlessly for a Jags throw-in. I would expect the Jags to have maybe a little more urgency to get back, but it seems like their midfield is pretty content to play that high line. And of course, Justin Castle with the ball, ever so crafty. Shot on.
Whoa.
Oh, it went off the post.
Goodness.
Oh, my goodness. I thought that was going wide, far post. Somehow snuck in and bounced across the line. And Swankut, maybe a little bit lucky. I couldn't tell if he got a fingertip on it or not.
I believe he was lucky there. I mean, but for all our golfers out there, I mean, it looked like Justin Cassell put a little bit of a fade on it, and it just bended right back and hit that post.
Nice curl, put a little,
it dribbled right along the line.
I mean, if you're Justin Castle, you've got to just be sick to your stomach that you haven't scored a goal yet today.
100%.
And if you're head coach Connor Adams, I mean, you got to be thinking, man, can we stop Justin Castle? But Troy with a good opportunity, shot on, but well defended there by the Jaguars. Ball back to Troy after bouncing around for a little bit. They're going to just play it through the middle here. Shot on and across, but not a very dangerous shot there as Alfonso Enrique goes behind the goal to retrieve that one for a goal kick.
As I've used the term before, that is a low percentage look there by Clayton Dupuis, and I believe just not the best idea.
The best look.
Gotta pass that one around some more. You know, get something developed.
The through ball on for the Jaguars, but read well by Mateus
I'll tell you
Phillips.
what, though, I have a feeling in halftime, Connor James may have gone to this Troy United side and been like, how can we limit the impact of Justin Castle on our defense? Because Justin Castle is shifty, and he will just cut around all of those defenders. Very impressive.
No offense to Connor James, but whatever he had cooked up is not quite working so well. Obviously, Castle
nothing to show
scoreless,
nothing to show for you at the Jaguars.
Extremely dangerous so far.
Yeah.
His plan was Swankut.
Yeah, he's like, you know what, Justin Castle, we got Swankut.
We got Swankut.
No need, but. I mean,
certainly a dangerous player so far.
I feel that
for
the Jaguars coach has to be proud of that man's effort right there.
For sure.
Lots of shots on goal for the Jaguars, but nothing quite finding the back of the net yet. Swankut has just been flawless.
It looks like Salvatore Thomas will be coming out of the game as well, as I believe that is Adrian Lopez coming out. So a little bit of a change up top there for Troy, looking to get some fresh legs on the attack.
And it looks like Braden Staros is back in.
Braden Staros is back in, and I believe Calvin Curtis is taking the spot of Salvatore Thompson as he gets the ball there with a nice move, getting the ball across, but cleared away well by the Jaguars. Mateo Phillips is going to get on that. He's going to look for a shot, and he's going to get it away. But as you said,
a low
percentage look that most times aren't going to go in. A nice test for the keeper a little bit, make sure he's awake. But, I mean, even if he wasn't, that goal was going pretty far outside.
I have a feeling, Troy United seems a little more hurried this half.
They're
taking more low percentage shots, not exactly,
which you would expect more from the Jaguars who were down a goal, but Troy does seem to be looking to kind of close this thing out. They look desperate for that second goal, which can be good, but obviously not in this situation with a 4-on-4 in the back. A nice through ball there, but losing his footing.
No.
And it looks
He's
like
hurt.
potentially
Saeed Janoun is hurt.
Injury there, which is always unfortunate. It looked like he slipped on the turf, and,
Yeah.
and those are always
That'll get you.
dangerous.
The
The
turf
turf monster,
The turf monster got him.
unfortunately getting
Whoa.
to him.
He is still down.
And he looks like he's
in pain.
Quite a bit of pain. He
out-trots the athletic trainer, and
unfortunately, he looks to be down for the moment. Couldn't
Poor
quite
guy.
tell if it was an ankle or a knee or something, but
it looked like he
something
grabbed for his
certainly
knee
got
after that.
caught, and especially with the turf, slipping on the turf is never a good thing. And yeah, he
never ideal.
Looks to be in
getting
quite a bit of
right
pain.
now.
Hopefully it's just a cramp. Hopefully it's nothing too bad, but yeah, it is.
While he's tended to on the field, we will step away real quick, and we will be back as soon as play resumes.
Welcome back, Troy United viewers. For those of you just joining us, we are coming back from a break after the unfortunate injury of Saeed Janoun, although he is up walking off the field under his own power, which is a very good sign and a very good thing to see. Hopefully, as we said, just a cramp, nothing too major. But as I said, walking off the field under his own power with not even the help of the trainer is obviously a very good sign.
Yeah, that's great to see. I mean, you hate to see it any time someone gets hurt here on turf, and you've seen the discussion more in professional leagues, especially the NFL and stuff like that, in injuries related to turf. I mean, looking at Aaron Rodgers' scenario, a lot of people say that he would not have torn his Achilles
had it not been for the MetLife turf.
If it had not been for the MetLife turf. Notoriously bad, but I could probably say that this turf here at Troy High School is a lot
better than MetLife.
Better than MetLife.
As strange as that may seem.
As strange as it may seem, a high school in Metro Detroit, Michigan, may have better turf than an NFL stadium. It looks new. They got renovations have been done recently over this past year. They got the beautiful "We Are" and logo in the middle, and overall, beautiful, beautiful venue. Great to have Troy United back here in Troy for this season.
A dangerous through ball here, shot on, and sneaking away from the far post. Had Swanka beat, but the ball falls out of bounds.
Slightly off target to the right there. I mean, that was. I mean, we keep talking about their best opportunities. That was one
up there.
I'll tell you what, that was one that he's going to want to have back. I believe that
was number 40.
That is Adam Plusik,
yes.
And I believe that he's. Wait, no, that's 40.
Yeah, 45. I believe that is Ryota
Nakajima, and he's not. Ryota Nakajima is going to want that one back.
Yes, he will. But Troy working their way forward. However, it seems as though Clayton Curtis will not get on the end of that. However, he will get on the end of a separate deflection, continuing to put pressure on the Jaguars' back line. That ball nearly going out of bounds, but well saved by the Jaguars' left back. As the center back gets the ball, works his way forward, looking for that big ball, taking another touch, playing the through ball.
No, that's a good
and
ball.
It looks like Stockton's going to get on the end of that here, putting it back across. Very, very dangerous for Nakajima. Shot on.
Oh.
And he's going to sneak it past Swancut, unfortunately for the Troy United FC. In the 81st minute, the Jaguars are going to sneak one past and put this thing level on the day.
Yeah, Nakajima finally found the back of the net for the Jaguars, and we've been talking about how they've been so close.
Yeah,
the entire time.
And like you said, it felt like it was coming. It felt like they've been close the whole time. Opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, and it's time for Troy to wake up. Troy has to respond. Their defense has been a little shakier in the second half. Their offense hasn't been nearly as dangerous. They've it felt like almost, for lack of a better term, parked the bus for this second half, just trying to escape with that 1-0 lead. But now with everything tied up, we'll see if the strategy changes, see if they get a little bit more aggressive, and see as they can work towards potentially putting this thing at 2-1, or at the very least keeping this thing level as the rest of the game plays out.
Now I'm starting to believe that the urgency that Troy United was exhibiting a little bit earlier in this half may actually start to be needed if they want to come out with 3 points here.
Yeah, it felt like they were trying to put this game away, and now they're just trying to not get back in the game, but they're trying to really put a staple on this thing and get that goal lead back.
1 point. 1 point is nice, but you know what's better than 1 point?
3 points.
3 points.
3 points.
Especially in this competitive, the Midwest Premier League this year is very competitive. A lot of dark horses, a lot of young teams coming out here looking to prove themselves, and Troy United's going to have, it's never going to be an easy road in the Midwest Premier League.
Yeah.
And
Swanka with a good ball out there to Phillips.
But yeah, you take those 3 points when you can get them.
But Phillips playing admittedly a poor ball, and I think he would agree with that. The Jaguars looking to play quick, but a good response there by Shagira. Physical play and a dangerous tackle will give a free kick to the Jaguars. Wouldn't be surprised if, a card's going to come out. A yellow card there for number 20, that being Calvin Curtis, the newly subbed in player taking off Salvatore Thompson. He's going to make a dangerous tackle. The Jaguars are going to get a free kick, and that's just a tackle you don't need to make.
100%. I mean, it was off ball, I believe. I mean, you just don't want to give the Jaguars any opportunity to breathe here.
Yeah, admittedly, right now they have the momentum. They've scored the most recent goal. They keep moving, but obviously you don't want to give the Jaguars any more momentum as this game moves forward. As Castle's going to slip that ball through, another opportunity on goal, but Swankut's going to make a phenomenal save there yet again, as he puts another save on the board.
As you may be able to tell right now, we are having some slight technical difficulties with our camera. It has frozen. So, we will get Anthony's beautiful radio broadcast impersonation here as I try to amend the issue.
All right, the Jaguars off of a corner play it short to Justin Castle. Justin Castle plays it back to Alex Dyack, who plays it in, but the Troy United FC front able to push that thing out and away from danger as Troy tries to shield it away. Unable to do so for the moment, but an extra flick does push it out for the Troy United throw. Troy at their own 25, throwing it back to center back Simon Sawyer, who plays it out to the left back. Left back looking for a big ball over the top, over to Shagira. Ball's going to take a bounce behind the Jaguars center back, but a nice turn and a nice touch there is going to put it back in play for the Jaguars. Working around midfield, the Jaguars look to play another through ball, and they have it on the end of it. I can't quite see, but the ball's going to be played in, bounced around, and cleared out to the 20. Jaguars still with possession, but a nice defensive stand so far. Shot on goal. Sawyer's going to deflect that away. Swankut, excuse me. Justin Castle on the shot, but going just over, and you can see the frustration on his face. I mean, just a frustrating day with a lot of opportunities, the chance to take the lead, and he puts it just a little bit over the net.
I mean, you can see the frustration, but you know what also we can see now? Our feed, again.
Fantastic.
Technical difficulties resolved, and look at that segue.
Look at that segue.
Look at that segue. But yeah, overall, I mean, frustrated. The Jaguars want this one, and Troy United just need to try to play a little aggressively if they want those 3 points, but I'm sure at this point Connor James would not be unhappy with the one.
Probably not. Although a good opportunity here, and that's going to be a foul for sure. Potentially a card if the ref believes he was the last offender, but I don't believe he will. Still a very dangerous. A yellow card there. As potentially the last offender there, making that foul is extremely dangerous. It didn't look like it was going to be enough for a red card, but certainly enough to say, hey, slow it down a little bit. Let's not make those fouls.
I mean, something may have been said after that call. He looked very unhappy.
Potentially.
I think, well, regardless, one way or another, that kind of contact off ball is going to get called every single time.
It's a dangerous play. It's a physical play. It's one that, it's really hard to defend against as the Jaguar defender was on his back. But, kind of the smart move as well, keeping it from a one-on-one situation with the keeper, but still giving Troy United a very dangerous chance here, as they look like they're going to go with a little bit of trickery, send the ball in the box, but well deflected away. I believe that was Jaguars number, honestly did not see.
It was a Jaguars defender.
It was a Jaguars
in the box. And we're talking about verticality. He had the verticality there, and now Troy United with another opportunity here, another set piece in the attacking third.
The Jaguars looking to take this corner. Taking the corner now is going to be Mateo Phillip. Oh, Clayton Lafayette, excuse me.
Yep.
Number 12, Clayton Lafayette.
Yes. Clayton Lafayette.
As the ball is whipped in, deflected and away
Almost like
for the Jaguars. It's going to go out for a throw, which is not something you see very often.
Yeah.
Cleared off the goal line like that, but it's going to be back in. Mateo Phillips with
quick.
the ball now. A nice ball in, but not quite enough curl on it like he would have liked, as the Jaguars are able to get that out. A nice header is going to put the Jaguars in a good situation. Although they're on the counterattack, it is a 3v5. And it looks like they're actually going to keep this ball in play, playing it back to Swancut. Well, the AR says otherwise, and Swancut will leave it there for the Jaguars to come receive.
Yeah, I think at this point, I mean, frankly, Connor James is not going to be unhappy with the 1 point.
No,
I mean, they're
I
not
think
rushing.
At this point they're gonna try to hold out for that 1 point. Potentially they can get that counterattack, but at this point it feels like the Jaguars have all of the momentum, and at the very least Troy's trying to escape with 1 point.
Yeah, I mean,
although the counterattack here
point,
potentially is going to be dangerous.
Yeah, but
although the jump missed time there from Calvin Curtis.
I mean, I think in Connor's eyes, it's more would rather take 1 point than concede 3, and you know that's not a horrible strategy, really. If you can't get 3, take 1.
Take 1. 1 point will still move them up in the standings pretty significantly. I believe a win would put them up to 5. A tie would still move them up at least 1 to 2 spots. Although the shot on, and the goal is going to be scored. That being, I believe, number 10. Brandon Staros is going to put that one in after a phenomenal cross. A great volley into the bottom corner of the net. And just as we were saying that Troy was trying to escape with 1 point, their aggressive play style and that ball through is going to lead to a 2-1 win.
Forget conceding 3. You're taking 1. We're taking 3.
We're taking 3 to
minute and a half left on regulation. Braden Staros, just perfect volley, well placed, had a great opportunity.
And a great cross in there from his teammate.
Great cross, fantastic cross, and then just ended up in the back of the net. I mean, great play.
Could not have placed that ball any better. And it was textbook. I mean, the ball's on your foot. You're just going to, direct it. Don't put too much power on. Just put it in the right spot. And it snuck right past the keeper there.
Your strikers will put it home and put it where it belongs. And that was just overall great play by Troy United. I mean, I believe their patience here in this end, I mean,
has contributed
a lot to that.
Yeah, but like it was almost like the announcer's jinx. Just as we're talking about escaping with 1 point, they're going to put it in the net and potentially take 3. Although a dangerous situation here, Troy's got to get it out, and they do. Can they keep it in play? Just put it down the line, if nothing else. Ooh, and a dangerous tackle there.
By number 8. Diego Ramirez.
Diego Ramirez making a dangerous tackle. A little surprised that there was no card for such a physical play, but Troy is going to be in no rush to put this thing back into play. I would almost be surprised if they even try to play this forward and not try to bleed out the next minute to 2 minutes by just playing it back to Swanka and trying to work their way around the back.
I suppose it depends on how much added time we get here, because we are 4 seconds away from the end of regulation.
Ooh, but a nice flick through potentially to seal it. Ooh. But Troy unable to regain possession. The Jaguars going to get aggressive. A physical play there. Jaguars wanted a foul, but the referee says no. As number 20 for Troy works his way through, but well blocked by the wall of the Michigan Jaguars.
This game has not lacked.
Beautiful slide tackle there.
Yeah. This game has not lacked number 10.
Yeah, by the goal scorer, Brandon Staros.
Yeah, I believe this game has not lacked any physicality. And definitely has not lacked in excitement either.
No, some big-time goals by some big-time players.
Yeah.
I mean,
a lot of talent out there.
A lot of talent. Some missed opportunities for sure, but that makes for some exciting soccer. And as of right now, we're having a very, very strong game here for both sides. Well, the Jaguars looking dangerous as they work their way around. Justin Castle with the ball, feeding it out to Stockton. Stockton with the touch, feeding it in, but read very, very well by Mateo Phillips, who's going to try to shield this thing out, get it away. He does a very good job, and a foul there by Stockton is going to give Troy a great opportunity to get this thing down the field and potentially hold it to bleed out the rest of the clock.
Yeah, I mean, Stockton, I mean, I would just be very unhappy with myself. You cannot do that at this stage in the game. You're down a goal. You're in the attacking third.
Put it in the box.
Try to give yourself an opportunity. Put it in the box, and you end up fouling the defender. Yeah. I mean, I would be very unhappy with that result.
Swancut just with a big heave down the field. Troy in a 3v1 situation, a deflected ball in the air, well defended there by the Jaguars, but Troy will get on the end of it in a dangerous situation. And if I'm Troy, I'm just trying to take the rest of the time off. I'm just taking it to the corner, holding the ball, and I'm not letting a counterattack happen without all 11 guys being behind that ball.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, honestly, it almost looks like they're just trying to seal this.
Yeah.
Trying to put at least one more in.
Another goal would almost certainly seal it. And that ball going out for a throw-in, but it's going to be in favor of Troy, and they will take their time to put this thing back into play.
Yeah, they're playing real aggressively out here on this attacking third.
As they leave it on the ground, and Clayton Lafayette approaches it ever so slowly to put this thing back into play. The referee says let's hurry it up a little bit. Actually, it's going to be a foul, so it's going to be a free kick there.
Looked like there was some physicality there.
I agree, but potentially going to put this one in the box, trying to send this thing home, but they will just send it to the corner and likely do their best to just hold it down there. Ball goes out. Will be a goal kick.
Oh. Yeah, I would say that would be a goal kick. That was definitely generous. Looked like there was a little bit of contact, but
I agree.
I mean, at this phase of the game, I don't think the referees are going to be giving Troy United any favors.
And a dangerous tackle there as well, but I think the referee potentially missed it. But Dyack is going to be down on the field as the ball is kicked out of bounds. But it looks like Alex Dyack is going to be down after a strong tackle from Calvin Curtis. It was missed by the referee, but right as Dyack looked to play that ball away, I mean, it was a physical tackle. I don't think it was ill-willed, but ended up not being the best.
Yeah, it looks like it might just be a stinger here a little bit. It looks like he's going to be trying to get it up here. So, also, looks like Jaguars defender Luke Winters looks a little unhappy with the referee on how that was called. Yeah, I think that
Winters is looking for that free kick, saying, "Hey, our guy's down on the field. Obviously, something happened." But the referee, unfortunately for the Jaguars, can't go back in time, can't see what happened, and unless you saw what happened, you're not going to give out that foul.
100%. But Dyack gets up and
looks to be okay, which is good.
Finish this game out
in the 94th minute at this point of play. As Troy looks to close this thing out. Getting a 2-1 victory here at home. Their first home win of the season would be big for them. And again, that 3 points could potentially help them jump over half of the league table if they are able to close this thing out. But the Jaguars are going to give it everything they have for this last couple of minutes as they work their way forward at midfield with the ball now playing it through. A unfortunate touch. The Jaguars with a shot on, but well defended there by Mateo Phillips, I believe, as that ball is going to go out for a Jaguar corner. A very dangerous situation, as good as Swanka has been today. Don't want to test him in the final minute just in case.
100%.
And Mateo Phillips making a great save, but Jaguars get another opportunity.
Very dangerous there. I fear that may have been the Jaguars' last good chance in a goal here. I guess we'll have to see how this
Dyack with the opportunity from the corner. He's been pretty good on corners today, just giving his teammates an opportunity. He's going to put this thing in a well-placed ball to the back post. The Jaguars are going to get the first touch off of it, but a big clearance here, and that's going to be not called as a foul, or it will be. Okay, a little bit of a let. I think the ref was waiting to see if there was going to be an advantage there, but will be called for the yellow card as we enter the 95th minute.
I feel the Troy faithful may have rioted there if they did not get that call.
Yeah, the Troy faithful seem to be a little bit passionate about that call, thinking, hey, that's our guy. You can't just hold on to him. Give him a hug after the game, not during it.
To be fair, I mean, that's not a horrible play. I mean,
no, it's a smart foul. It's a smart thing to do. But obviously, as a fandom, you're going to be upset when you have the opportunity to 3v1, option down the field to potentially get that game-stealing goal. But yeah, smart play by the Jaguars defender. Right thing to do by the referee. Fans got a little bit excited, but the right play for sure as for the outside back. As a through ball is played, well won in the air by Troy, as that one is kicked out yet again. Troy just trying to survive these last couple minutes.
Honestly, I'm surprised the whistle hasn't blown
as we hit the 96th minute of play here. Swancut thought about coming out for it for a second, but gave it a second thought and stayed in goal. The Jaguars are relentless here. Hands in the back, but the referee's not going to call it. And with a nice shield, that's going to go out for a goal kick. The referee looks at the clock, and he's going to call game. The Troy United FC are going to escape this one with a 2-1 victory. A massive goal at the end in the, I believe, the 86th minute there by Clayton Lafayette,
No.
or by, sorry,
Braden
Staros.
Absolutely stellar play.
Is going to put Troy on top, and they are going to escape this game with 3 points, jump in the table, and get back on track to 500 on the year.
Anthony, who do you think gets to go to Dairy Queen after this game for Troy United side?
I would guess
who deserves the blizzard?
Probably Drew Swancut.
Drew
if I had to
Swancut.
guess.
Drew
As
Swancut.
great as the last-minute goal was, as great as their attack played, you're not winning this game without Drew Swanka being an absolute brick wall in goal. Didn't want to use the the shutout word too early. Fortunately, wasn't quite able to do so, but was phenomenal in goal for Troy FC tonight, and
Drew
a big
Swancut,
reason for their win.
He gets the large blizzard. Braden Staros, he gets
the
a
medium
nice
blizzard.
Yeah, he gets or he gets a nice dip cone.
Yeah.
But this entire Troy United side and even this Jaguar side. I mean, it was a well-fought game by both sides. I think everyone deserves a trip to Dairy Queen.
I agree.
Or maybe a trip to Troy United's post-game spot, McVee's Pub and Grub. In Troy United.
A great effort today by Troy after a disappointing game on Thursday. They bounce back. They're able to get 3 points on the table. A great win, multiple goals, and they're able to get the win. But that's all we have for you guys today. A big win for Troy United as they jump in the table and win this one at 2-1. My name is Anthony Ryder, here with Ryan Peeney. And that, folks, is the game.
Yep, up to Troy. Have a beautiful night, and we will see you soon.